So let me just see if I can rectify that. Now, over the last, ever since I went, I've been talking about this nonstop, about this absolute craziness that happened in the school. And I'm going to play you in a minute. So it'll be three separate live streams because for some reason I can't do it so that you can see what I can see. Okay. So we'll just have to suck it and see right now. So 7:15 is the time for the information drop. But let me just tell you. So I went along with this parent because her daughter had been really upset at school. This is a school with no female only facilities. This is a school that so no female only facilities and also uh no female privacy at all. In addition to that, when they go on residentials, children don't have any privacy. And to top it off, um, if you misgender someone, if you call somebody by the correct, if you address a boy as a boy, if you recognize boys are boys, then you could get told off. So, this is a school of gaslighting children where the adults, including safeguarding leads, gaslight and lie to children and force children to lie. So, this is what happened after I'd left. The lovely mother, I got an email from the school. And let me just say, I have kept everything anonymous about this school. I won't be telling you. It's primary school. I have all the information. There's absolutely no reason whatsoever that I should keep it back. I'm not legally obliged to not tell you all exactly who the teachers are involved and who the school is involved. But I firmly believe this is happening in so many places. It doesn't actually seem appropriate. It doesn't seem necessary to warn you about what's happening in all these schools because it is the same stuff in so many schools that you really just have to be gravely alarmed that it's happening in loads of schools up and down the country. So, this is what they sent. The members of the deputy head team who participated in the meeting felt that the tone, language, and approaches used were aggressive, insulting. I want you to bear this in mind. Aggressive, insulting, derogatory, disrespectful, hostile, volatile in the extreme. Controlling, divisive. I met with the deputy head team following your meeting, and I can report that the approaches taken in the meeting left staff visibly distressed, asking questions, visibly distressed and uncomfortable to the point they were unable to participate in their leadership meeting with year group leads. I want you to bear this in mind when you listen to this 30-minute conversation. They were particularly high end. The particularly high end behaviours were demonstrated by the third party advocate you brought with you, without invite or prior dialogue. Their behaviour is not to be tolerated within the school environment. As a result, I've directed the deputy head team not to offer face to face based sessions with you / your advocate in the near future, and safeguard a school that has no private spaces for girls, a school that will instruct children to pretend that a child is the opposite sex, a school that will go along with children pretending to be the opposite sex, to safeguard their well-being, and by directing you to correspond with them via email or video. Jesus. We take the welfare of our staff very seriously, yeah, more so than the children. And the impact of the meeting was extremely high and unwarranted and unjustifiable. So that's in writing. I just want you all to bear that in mind when you hear the conversation. This school thinks the following conversation that you will hear at 7:15 this evening. They think this conversation makes people afraid, visibly shaken, being asked some questions about why they let down the children in their school, why they gaslight the children in their school, why they compel little children to lie. Because that's the stuff that I'm asking. And Just for accuracy, I'm going to play you the entire recording, bar the sort of being shown around at the beginning. Um, we were shown around at the beginning at some poppy displays, and then then one of them got a bit cross at the end because I went to walk forward, like the room, like the meeting had ended. I opened the door, and she said, "Oh, I need to buzz you out," and I just left the room anyway. And I thought she meant buzz out the school, and I went the wrong way. And she goes, "No, you've gone the wrong way," which is why I said I should go first. So, proper gaslighting, victim status, um, absolute shams, disappointments, deceitful liars, dishonest women in leadership, safeguarding leadership positions. So, not just leadership in the school, but safeguarding positions within the school. And at the end of it, they were visibly shaken, and couldn't attend a faculty meeting. Personally, I find that hilarious. I find the fact that they center themselves so much in that entire conversation. Do you know what? If I'm generous, I think maybe that what really happened is they were both so alarmed that actually they'd been found out, that actually they couldn't answer the questions, that they got defensive and uppity when faced with a parent who is basically saying, "Are you going to look after my daughter? Do you care about my daughter? Are you going to make sure my daughter's not gaslit? Are you going to make sure you don't compel her speech? Are you going to actually treat my daughter with dignity and respect?" I think they couldn't handle being called out because these people, they go to primary school, they go to secondary school, they go to sixth form or college, they go to university, and then they pop straight back into school, and they don't spend a day ever of being grown-ups in a world where you do have to be accountable. You do have to be responsible. You will be held to account if you gaslight children, if you don't care at all about the girls in your school having no single sex facilities, no toilets to go to. You will be held to account. I heard it when you erased the word girls and boys, and then you couldn't help yourself but insert them in later. It was noted. We all saw what you did, and now I hope all the rest of you will see what they did. And I'm just going to remind you as you listen, these women are not remarkable. They're not unusual. They're not unique. They're exactly the same as any school with any of these programs, whether it's No Outsiders, whether it's Educate and Celebrate, whether it's the Rainbow Certificate, whatever it is that they use in order to gaslight children, to totally, like, why aren't they designing their own resources? God only knows. But this is what these women do. This is what these teachers do, and I absolutely 100% sure, I'm sure, as you are, that women dominate the primary school education, even if males disproportionately take leadership roles. But there are a lot of foot soldiers that are women in primary education, and they are the ones gaslighting children, compelling them to speak, acting like morons in meetings. Anyway, I'm gonna go. So in about 2 minutes' time, the recording will start about 1 minute. But until then, I'll be joining you